love Minneapolis, and we are out here in the middle of Hennepin Avenue worshiping the Lord. And kind of the heart behind this is when we're in the church, in the four walls of the church, and we're worshiping the Lord, the presence of God comes, and people are touched, broken people are healed. And that's the same thing that happens when we're out on the streets worshiping the Lord. So we're just out here adoring the Lord, worshiping Him, and as people come, we engage them, love on them, pray for them, bless them, and send them off.
Hi, I'm Andrea, and I'm in uptown Minneapolis, and we are just worshiping with a bunch of our friends. And two girls came up right around my age, like college age, and they were just worshiping with us right away, and they just jumped in, and as we were worshiping, I just felt to sit and adore Him for a little bit, and then finally felt to just talk to them. And it turned out that the girls didn't really understand how to hear the Lord's voice on a daily basis, and I just tell them stories of the Bible in the Old Testament and the words of Jesus and how He encourages us to hear from Him on a daily basis and have that personal revival every day. So it's just so fun to share with them that that's possible and that we can all hear His voice, like Jesus says, His sheep hear His voice.
We started talking and she said, funniest thing, and I said, what? And she's like, I was supposed to be looking out for a God moment, and she's like, and this just came up right to me at my bus stop. And so she just said like she had chills and that she had just stopped, she got sober and she had lost the Lord, and then she came back to Him after she got sober, and that this was just like God like just coming to her. And so now we have her number, and she's gonna join in on Love Minneapolis for the week, and so we'll get to meet her again.
Some music, and once we listened a little more, we heard that was Christian music, and so we're like, oh wow, you know. So then that's when we came over, and they introduced us, and we're just very happy to see other brothers and sisters of Christ just spreading the gospel and singing praise to the Lord. So it was awesome.
It was such a beautiful feeling, and they prayed over me, and I just felt so much peace. Like God was saying, just focus on me, and He gave me so much peace. And the music is so beautiful, and it's amazing having this around.
And our friend Fetty was talking about how he didn't know what to do, and he wasn't sure, like, Lord, are we in the right place? And God should just adore me, and I'll bring the people. And about a couple seconds later, they walked up, and they were worshiping with us before we even talked to them. So, yay God, He knows what He's doing.
So good.
Hearts of believers and calling His believers into deeper relationship. Tonight we were standing on the corner worshiping, and the bus doors opened, and the bus driver just kept looking our way, and I looked at her and I said, Jesus loves you. And her eyes looked like they got teary-eyed, so I hopped on the bus with her, and she said, I'm a believer too. And I said, you are doing such an important work in what you are doing, and I just commission you to share with people who come on your bus and who you come into contact with, to share Jesus with them. And she said, thank you, and we hugged, and then she had to shut the doors and go away.
Hi, my name is Ralph, and I got to talk to a guy tonight. He wasn't understanding English very good, and so luckily I had a 4 spiritual laws that was in English and Spanish, and so I got to read through some of that with him. Then his bus came, but he took the 4 spiritual laws, and I'm hoping that he comes to know the Lord.
Hey, so Andrea and I were looking at a guy with blue pants over on the other side of the street. She said, let's go talk to him. And by the time we got over there, we had to wait a long time. A bus came and he left, but right there on the corner was a guy who was standing, and his name was Noah, and he was a Muslim, and he's about 25 years old, lives in Hopkins, Minnesota, and we got a chance to just talk with him, and Andrea got to share her whole testimony with him about how she found Jesus, and he listened to us, and we had a great, wonderful talk. And he has said that his cousin converted to Christianity, and he still loved his cousin. And so there's a place where he realizes that Jesus can still speak to us. And with Andrea's testimony and his cousin's testimony, we're just praying that God would just give him powerful dreams tonight. We prayed that over here. We've been praying for him. But with a name like Noah, it'd be awesome to have him come in the kingdom.
We had a wonderful night tonight. We greeted lots of dads, and we were able to talk to them about the Father's love. And almost all the people we spoke to tonight allowed us to pray for them. And we asked God to reveal himself through Jesus Christ and to bring truth and wisdom to those dads, that might bear on the lives of their children. And we met agnostics and atheists, and we met believers. And almost all of them were willing to talk with us about Christ. And so it really was a good night.
And then there was another encounter with a gentleman named Rodney. He has been saved for 4 years, and he was just out enjoying the night tonight. And he was so happy to hear that we were sharing the gospel with other people. Rodney allowed us to pray for him, commissioned him as well to share his story. Like I said, he's been redeemed for 4 years, and he's just asking God to keep him in alignment with him. And so there are hearts that are open and ready to go deeper in a relationship with God, and it has been just an awesome night.